Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 8 lesson 5 self-join. Self-join is a special case of inner join in which you join a table with itself. To understand the idea of the self-join, let's have a look at this sample of data from employees table. We have here the employee ID, we have the last name, and we have the manager ID. If we want, for example, to retain the employee name and the manager name of this employee, from the table employees, we can know, for example, here, employee 102. The name of the employee is Dihan. From the employees table, we can know the manager ID, which is in this case 100. Manager ID 100 is the employee ID of the manager. This is 100. So I can know King is the manager of Dihan. If you take this employee 105, the name of the employee is Austin. The manager ID is 103. 103, Hunold. So Hunold is the manager of Austin. So how we can write a select statement that returns the employee name and the manager name from employees table? In this case, we are joining the table with itself to find out the employee name and the manager name. We are joining the table based on a common data, which is the manager ID equal to the employee ID. So to understand the idea more and to write a select statement to return the last name and the manager name, let's assume that the same sample of data from employees table here, employee ID, last name, manager ID, and the same sample of data, employee ID, last name, manager ID. This is exactly the same sample of data from employees table. Here, if we want to retain the manager name of employee Austin, this is the employee Austin. The employee ID is 105. The last name of the employee is Austin. The manager ID is 103. 103 actually an employee. The ID of the employee 103 here. The name of the employee is Hunold. So here is the matching data or the common data. We are comparing employee ID from the second table with the manager ID from the first table to find out the manager name of the employee. So Austin is the employee name and the manager is Hunold. It's the same as if we look to the same table. This is Hunold, but we are replicating the table to understand the idea more. Here Chen, for example, the employee ID is 110, the last name is Chen, the manager ID is 108. 108 actually an employee. This is 108. This is the common data. It is Greenberg. So Greenberg is the manager of Chen. Another example, employee 102. Employee name is Dihan. The manager is 100. 100. This is 100. This is the matching data between two tables. The manager name is King. So King is the manager name of employee Dihan. So let's assume that this table is E and this table called M. So to write the select statement, we can use select E dot last underscore name, comma M dot last underscore name. So we want to retain the name of the employee and the manager name. So here is the manager name. Here is the employee name. From table E, join table M, and the condition on, we are comparing this column with this column, comparing employee ID from the second table with the manager ID from the first table, where M dot employee underscore ID equal E dot manager underscore ID. But as we said before, this is the same table. This is the same sample of data. We are reading from the same table. So here we can use from employees table and we can give it an alias E. Join employees table and we can give it alias M. So select E dot last name to retain the name of the employee, M dot last name to retain the manager name of the employee. From table employees E, give it an alias. Join table employees itself and give it another alias M. On m.employee ID equal e.manager ID. So this is how to join or to link the table with itself. And this is the full syntax of the select statement. Select e.lastname, m.lastname from employees E. Join the same table employees and give it another alias M. On e.manager ID equal m.employee ID. So this is how to join the table employees with itself to retain the employee name and the manager name of the employee. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.